This is Journeys into Enlightenment with Janet, episode 42 blog, Accessing All Healing Dynamics. The faculty of imagining is of forming mental images or concepts of what is not actually present to our senses. It pulls together information not perhaps yet known to us. People like Albert Einstein or Nikola Tesla or Lewis Carroll and Jules Verne had the ability to do this easily and not judge what they were perceiving in some way beyond the senses. They opened up our limited world visions in ways that were often ahead of their times and now are part of our everyday worlds. We live in worlds of physical and non-physical realms of information. That means our physical senses witness what is right in front of us to observe, but that we can observe what is right in front of us in terms of what is not observable to the physical eye or our other physical sensory, but is real anyway. We are all too often attached to what we see with our physical eyes and nose and ears. They are invaluable to discerning our world around us, and they are only part of our sensory abilities. We don't want to be limited to the range of our human eyesight. They can also be part of a spectrum of vibration that is beyond our physical range. We can employ our inner sight, our inner hearing, etc. Our imagination is the ability to produce and simulate novel objects, peoples, and ideas in the mind without any immediate input of the senses. I can see, hear, feel no information that is not in a physical resonance yet, but has an energy signature, a vibration in pixels, perhaps, photons of light and information. The basis of life is in the cosmos and the cosmos itself. If you think in terms that information is present around you and our senses can be used to translate and give form in some way to interact with you, but that information doesn't have to be limited to only what registers on a physical level. Our unconscious mind and our other non-conscious awareness are operating all the time also. Western medicine takes a certain form of awareness of the human body. Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine look at a body in other ways. Psychologists and their like think in terms of mindsets and mental health, and neurologists and their like observe how electrons hit and miss in the brain. So there are many different ways that energy fits into physical, observable, quantified data and then judged. We can have a tendency to ignore our non-physical phenomena. To help our physical relations to our own bodies and processes is to use our imagination to be free to change reality states of disease and mayhem. Since all physical has a component of mental, emotional, and psychic vibrational dynamics at its core, letting oneself be free of the dictates of diagnosis and labels is useful. We do this all the time in consciousness technologies and with trainings like focused mind healing and laying on of hands. All is energy. There is no doer or receiver. It is just information flowing. Some can cloak it in spiritual or religious terms, as they would seem to be our reference for something different happening from our Newtonian orientations of observable data. But take the ego out of it, that one is doing something to another, and energy can move free of the dictates of what one thinks they know and are limited to. Trusting in the reality that more is at play than we might be able to observe opens us up to what we call magic and miracles. Embracing it all allows us to utilize all of our abilities to notice and sense information without compromise. And all is just as real as the body in front of you.